Hello, all my CEO babes. I'm so excited to do this quick training with you because I really want to talk about, the three content types that actually attract your high paying coaching clients. Because, I've seen a lot of content, and maybe you've been that person who's been told, oh, just post motivational content on your Facebook page or post motivational content on your Instagram page, your Facebook group, all this crap. And it didn't work. So I really want to talk about the three content types on really the things that are going to attract your ideal client as opposed to, repel your clients. Because sometimes I have seen content and I have worked with students where, we just need to figure out like, okay, we need to pivot because this content is not, attracting or not doing the thing that's going to actually help you. So the thing that I want you to know is that if you have been that person who's posted motivational content on your Facebook page, on your Facebook group, or your LinkedIn, whatever social media platform you're on, but didn't see clients coming your way, I want you to know from a deep seated place, it's not your fault. It's really not your fault. You may have been misinformed, or you may have been taught wrong information that just doesn't work anymore. So the thing that I want you to know from a deep seated place is that it's not your fault, right? So, without further ado, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tina Lopez. I'm an online business coach, and I help online coaches such as yourself land high paying coaching clients, even though you don't have a large audience, a big email list, the budget for paid ads. Now, why do I specialize and focus on those areas? Is because, if you're just starting on your coaching business, you're probably thinking, like, shit, like I need all these things, and it gets a little overwhelming. And the thing that I want you to know is that being in your business is not meant to be overwhelming. It's meant to be clear cut strategy that's going to help you. And this is exactly what I'm here to do. So if you're loving this training, please don't keep me a secret. Go ahead and screenshot this video, post it onto your IG stories, and tag me at Tina Lopez Coaching so that I can go ahead and share you with my audience, get the free exposure that you so desire and that you want in your coaching business so you can get some eyeballs on your Instagram profile. So I would really appreciate that, and I would love to go ahead and check out your Instagram profile to go ahead and chat and connect. So without further ado, let's go over the three content types that actually attract high paying coaching clients. Now, this is going to be in the realm of like Instagram strategy. This is going to be in the realm within like, social media strategy. So, there's kind of like, let's think about it. There's usually like pictures and then there's usually like captions, right? They matter, right? Pictures actually matter because you want to kind of portray a little bit of like, what does it look like to work with you, right? Does it look freeing? Does it look nice? Does it look beautiful? Like, does it look like, it's actually going to be a great experience to work with you? Because the reason why I say this is because, sometimes when I see coaches who are starting out, the common mistake that they have is just to post motivational quotes on their Instagram page. That doesn't necessarily attract your ideal client because it's not telling them, who you are, right? If you have an Instagram profile and it's just a bunch of motivational quotes, well, how is that going to attract your ideal client? Because they don't know how you look like, right? Now, if this is kind of like, well, shit, like I didn't know I have to like put my face out there. Of course, it makes sense, right? Because when it comes to you putting your face out there in the world, it's kind of like you're developing your branding, right? Because it's not necessarily about, the techniques that you're going to be discussing, which is important, but it's going to be like, what is it going to look like when they work with you, right? When they work with this individual that's going to help them. Maybe it's going to be an awesome experience, right? But they need to know how you look in order to do that, right? Now, that's what I really want to talk about when it comes to pictures. Now, I really want to focus in on the captions piece because captions is the bulk of the content, and the bulk of the content is your writing. Now, this is going to test your writing, but one thing that I want you to know is that when it comes to writing, it's not about you, right? If you're writing your captions and they're saying like I, me, like take that shit out, put you, right? Because you want to speak directly to your ideal client. So for example, you are struggling with this, you're having challenges with this, da 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 da. You're speaking to them. They're not speaking to you, right? Does that make sense? Go ahead and put in the comments below yes, if that makes sense, right? So you are speaking to them, they are not speaking to you. So you want to switch the language from I's to you's, right? And the thing that I want you to know is that content is meant to do three things. Content is meant to educate, meant to inform, and meant to sell, right? Now, let's kind of go into this, depth by depth. When it comes to educate, they need to know maybe a little bit about your topic. For example, if you are, I can think of like a sober coach, someone who helps people from like drinking or things like that. If you're a sober coach, then you probably want to educate them on what are the three myths that they have, like that alcoholics have when it comes to getting sober, or what are the three strategies that could help your ideal clients, live a better life, things like that. I'm not a sober coach, so I can't really speak on the subject, but you understand when I say educate, you want to just educate. You're not necessarily pitching, you're just educating, right? Now, the second thing is informing. You want them to know that you have an offer to sell. And the only way that they're going to know you have an offer to sell is if you inform them, right? You say, hey, we're accepting clients for X program. Go ahead, click the link in my bio or something, call to action, and say, go ahead and apply to work with me, right? Because they need to know that, you're available to work with. If they don't know you're available to work with, how the hell are they going to work with you? Like, it makes sense, right? So that's what I want you to know from a deep-seated place, that they need to know that you're available to work with in order for them to work with you. Now, the third thing that you want to go ahead and discuss and really know is to sell, right? Now, there are a lot of like things that I say, well, Tina, like, what do you mean by sell? Like, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be spammy. I don't want to do all this shit, right? So the thing is that when I say sell, it's not necessarily about like you selling 24/7, because selling, yes, sales is important, but it kind of goes hand to hand with the inform piece. They need to know that you have an offer presented in order for you to sell something, right? It's kind of like, the educate and the inform pieces are kind of like making them thirsty, if that makes sense. Thirsty in the sense of they're like, oh my goodness, this is a great person to work with. This is like awesome. Like, I want to work with her, etc., etc. It makes them thirsty for an offer. Now, selling is kind of like you're giving them the drink, right? You're giving them the drink to quench their thirst. And when you're giving them the drink, you're giving them your offer, right? So what I want you to know is that when it comes to selling, it's okay to sell. It is not salesy, it's not pushy, it's not any of that shit. It's really just you taking the time to let them know, hey, this is going to help you accomplish X solution, and this is why I believe you need to go ahead and work with me and apply to work together. So if that makes sense, go ahead and put yes in the comments below. But more importantly, what you need to go ahead and do is you need to click the link that I'm going to put in the comments in this training, after this live training ends, but click the link in the comments below so you can go ahead and apply to work for a 90-minute intensive with me. We're going to be discussing one topic to help you strategize your coaching business, get it to the level that you need help with. We're going to be discussing one topic, but we can figure out if we're a good fit to work together, because that's more important and critical to me. But you're going to go ahead and click the link in the comments below, sign up, apply to work for me, and we can go ahead and work together and really streamline and strategize and take your coaching business to the next level. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick off this call, and I will see you on our next